Sounds great, Dr. Doug. The first question I have comes from Jacob, and he wants to know about the wonderful event site itself. He wants to know, why did you pick Sedro, Washington, all the way on the West Coast? Why did you pick that place?
Turns out I've done events in a lot of different places. We've offered Health and Fitness Week in Costa Rica. I've offered it in England. I've offered it in Hawaii, in Virginia, Colorado, California. I've done something close to Health and Fitness Week up in New York a couple of times. And when I looked at the Sedro, Washington site, I was just amazed at how well it fit our requirements. It has a huge, spacious kitchen that is an open kitchen, an open plan kitchen, meaning that we can actually, our chefs can be viewed while they're working rather than have them hidden off behind a wall somewhere and you don't know what's going on. We can actually see the processes, which works out really well for us because we're a teaching kitchen. And enough facilities for the worst weather. We can still handle all of our guests indoors to teach fitness classes indoors if needed, although we've never ever been rained out. In 10 years of being at Sedro, we've never had even one day where we were rained out and had to go indoors. Still, the facility is comfortable, it's really well appointed, and just everything about it fit our needs so well that I've continued to look around, but I haven't found anything that really comes close until or unless we decide to offer food and sport events that are a lot larger. But at this size of an event, it's just our perfect setup. So we like it there. It's comfortable. We have access to great food from local farmers and also delivery from organic distributors. And so for me, it's just an ideal spot.
I'm a little partial to it, and I have to agree. I've been there for more than a few retreats, and it kind of leads well into the next question coming from Annalise, who wants to know, with the retreats you already have running there and retreats you've been running over the last decade or so, why did you create the 80-10-10 Food and Lifestyle Retreat and the Women Physiques Week this week?
Well, yes, we are offering 2 new retreats this year, and both of them are set up because of popular demand. Now, I have to say, sometimes when I offer things based on popular demand, I'm at least at times I'm disappointed by the turnout once we actually create the event. And I'm hopeful this year that I won't be disappointed. The rise in popularity of 80-10-10 and the number of beginners who want some hands-on guidance without getting into a full-blown commitment of a week was really the idea behind the Food and Lifestyle program. And so we said, okay, we can take 3 days, we'll hold your hand, we'll teach you the basics, we'll answer a lot of questions, we'll look at the social side, we'll look at the mechanics, the actual application of how do I eat 80-10-10, the rationale behind it. People can read in a book, but to understand, okay, now what do I do? How do I really hone the program so that I can go home and make 80-10-10 work? Then we can look at the finer points, the bigger retreats in the future. But first, let's just make sure I'm doing what you described in the first place, or what's described in the book, the 80-10-10 diet. So, because we have noticed a lot of people who tell me they're doing 80-10-10, and then we find out they really aren't. I got an email today from somebody who got a few cavities and was very concerned that he got a few cavities. And he says, I have a beef to pick with 80-10-10. But then when I communicated with him further, it turns out that he's eating a massive quantity of nuts and seeds and really not following 80-10-10, but blaming 80-10-10 for the problems he's having with his teeth. So this way, it's a hands-on, make sure people are heading off in the right direction right from the get-go. Women's Physique Week, well, there's been so many women who are involved in various fitness competitions who've attended Health and Fitness Week, and that's been good for them. But almost every woman that's ever come to Health and Fitness Week, or pretty much any of my events, has expressed a desire to just chisel and hone a little bit, to sculpt their physique and to understand far better than they do how is this done. And so we created Women's Physique Week because I know that women rise to a really high standard and they want to feel good, of course, but they also want to look as good as they possibly can. And I know a lot of people